Tonight, I'm going to call this Tacos, Jokes, and Politics. Those will be the three subjects that we'll be going across tonight. It'll be the three subjects and topics that we'll be talking about. Tacos, yes, tacos, jokes, and politics. Tonight, I might gotta pull my stove out. Y'all see me? Oh, y'all can't see me. Oh, okay. Turn the camera just a little bit. Just that much. That's all y'all. That's exactly what we need the camera. Lights, camera, and action. We got a fresh avocado to make some avocado guacamole, fresh guacamole. I like to cook my tacos in this pot right here. I don't know why. I like to cook my tacos in this pot. It's like my tacos come out a lot better when I cook them in this pot. Let me turn my stove on. Gotta get this stove preheated to 470 degrees Fahrenheit. How y'all doing tonight? Push that like button. Show me some love. Tonight, we finna do tacos, jokes, and politics. Y'all ready for the taco, jokes, and politics? Yeah. Yeah. Tonight is going down. You know what? Let me prepare myself. I need my microphone. I need my microphone. Because y'all can't hear me. I want y'all to be able to hear me. How y'all doing? Push that like button. Arts, farts, and fantasies. Hey, how you doing? Push that like button. Oh, I got 13 people. Only one person pushed that like button. Ain't that about? Oh my God. That just goes to show how many of y'all like me. That just really goes to show how many of y'all is watching me right now really like me. We're gonna get to this politics real quick. We're gonna break wind on politics. Y'all know what's going on in the world right now, right? If y'all don't, I'm finna inform y'all. It's a lot of things going on in the world. A lot. Today is Friday. Look, we're gonna start off. This is what everything's going on today. Everything that's going on in the world today. Listen.
Welcome to Democracy Now!, democracynow.org. We're broadcasting from the UN Climate Summit in Baku, Azerbaijan.
Do y'all know what the UN Climate Summit is? In Baku, Kabasha?
Latest draft of a climate financing deal calling for the delivery of $1.3 trillion per year by 2035. But the text only calls on wealthier, more polluting countries to pay $250 billion per year to poorer nations bearing the brunt of the crisis. The group War on Want called...
Why are they talking about something that ain't no country gonna do? Ain't no country finna donate $250 billion to no starving country. What the hell? Especially when they got homeless people in their own countries.
In Gaza, Israel's deadly attacks are continuing a day after the ICC issued historic arrest warrants for the Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu and former Defense Minister Yoav.
You hear that? You hear what they did? Now they got an arrest warrant for President Benjamin Netanyahu. Never how the Israel dude blowing up all them people over there in Gaza and he going all over the place. He going to the north, he going to the south, he going to the west, he going to the east. He blowing up everything over there.
Galant. In North Gaza, the beleaguered Kamal Adwan hospital warns it'll turn into a mass grave if no medical supplies are allowed in, as it remains besieged and under attack from Israeli forces. In Gaza City, rescuers searched the rubble today after at least 20 Palestinians, including children, were killed in an Israeli airstrike on a building housing displaced families.
This building has been hit three times. Every time people were massacred. Most of it was gone. Nobody was left. All of them are martyred today. A whole family lays here. A whole family has been wiped away. I swear to God, the whole family is wiped from the civil registry because of you, Israel. You kill civilians.
In southern Lebanon, an Israeli air attack has killed another 2 paramedics, adding to the more than 220 health workers who've been killed by Israel in Lebanon. Separately, an airstrike in Beirut's southern suburbs leveled at least one massive building earlier today. Meanwhile, in the Netherlands, a coalition of rights groups are suing the Dutch government for providing arms to Israel and failing to prevent genocide in Gaza. President-elect Trump has named his former impeachment lawyer, former Florida Attorney General Pam Bondi, as his new pick for Attorney General Thursday after consideration. At least 4 Republican senators adamantly oppose Gates' confirmation amidst a firestorm over sexual misconduct and trafficking allegations. As Florida's top prosecutor, Pam Bondi led a failed campaign to overturn the Affordable Care Act and fought to uphold Florida's ban on same-sex marriage. She now works with the right-wing think tank America First Policy Institute. The news outlet The Lever reports Pam Bondi's brother, Brad Bondi, has represented Elon Musk and Tesla against federal securities fraud charges. We'll have more on the Trump nomination of Pam Bondi later in the broadcast. The U.S. House of Representatives on Thursday approved H.R. 9495, dubbed the nonprofit killer by civil society groups. The measure would give the incoming Trump administration broad authority to go after its critics by revoking the tax-exempt status of any group it labels a terrorist-supporting organization, with no evidence needed. The bill passed on a 219 to 184 vote, with 15 Democrats joining Republicans. H.R. 9495 has the support of the Anti-Defamation League and other Israel lobby groups. Critics warn the law would immediately target organizations fighting for Palestinian rights. The bill's fate in the Senate remains uncertain. We'll have more later in the broadcast.
Now I'm about to go link up with the guys.
Brazil's
Oh, you
federal
on live?
police force has recommended criminal charges against far-right former President Jair Bolsonaro for attempting a coup as he attempted to cling to power in the wake of the 2022 presidential election. The recommended charges against Bolsonaro, along with 36 former aides and cabinet members, came as CNN Brazil reported Bolsonaro had full knowledge of a plot to assassinate then President-elect Luiz Inácio Lula da Silva. 5 people, including a former advisor to Bolsonaro, were arrested over the alleged conspiracy this week. On Thursday, President Lula spoke publicly about the plot for the first time.
I can assure
I had more than motherfuckers.
He said salute from Italy.
I had way more than 2 people in that motherfucker a while ago.
Yeah, it says salute from Italy. That's far as fuck. My
The
bad.
Kremlin
That's
has
far as
denied
hell.
claims by
You wanna wear-
Ukraine that Russia
This
used
nigga
to
every
use
time.
Them motherfuckers be everywhere, nigga.
attack on the
Yeah, that shit
central
tight.
Ukrainian city
Hold on, where the
of
fuck my
Dnipro.
audience at?
On Thursday,
Y'all don't want no
Russian
tacos?
President
Y'all don't want no
Vladimir Putin
tacos
said
tonight?
Ukraine
What the
instead
fuck going
used a
on?
new type of intermediate-range hypersonic ballistic missile carrying non-nuclear payloads. The Kremlin called the strike a warning to the United States and United Kingdom for allowing Ukraine to fire U.S. and British-made missiles at targets deep inside Russia. In Pakistan, at least 42 people were killed and more than a dozen critically injured Thursday when gunmen opened fire on a convoy of 200 vehicles traveling through a remote northwestern region near the Afghan border. Witnesses say about 10 assailants appeared to target Shia Muslims, first attacking a police escort before firing indiscriminately on buses and cars. It's the latest in a series of deadly sectarian clashes between majority Sunnis and minority Shias in Pakistan's Khyber Pakhtunkhwa region that have killed dozens of people in recent months. Back in the United States, federal prosecutors in Brooklyn have indicted India's wealthiest man, Gautam Adani, and several associates on multiple counts of fraud under the Foreign Corrupt Practices Act, a U.S. anti-bribery law. Prosecutors accuse Adani of leading a $250 million bribery scheme in India to obtain solar energy contracts worth billions of dollars, then covered up the graft to raise money from U.S. and international investors. Adani, who's listed as the world's 19th richest person with a net worth of more than $85 billion, is a close ally of the Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi, who has repeatedly helped Adani Group win lucrative government contracts. Over 200 New Yorkers, including activists, union members, and elected leaders, gathered to call on New York Governor Kathy Hochul and the New York Power Authority to build 15 gigawatts of renewable energy. New York has proposed building just 3.5 gigawatts of renewable energy. This is Delorne Lamoran of South Bronx Unite.
2025 is coming, and the world is literally on fire. Brush fires everywhere. The Bronx has the highest brush fires in the past 2 weeks. And we have a Democratic governor and a Democratic majority in Albany. This is not the time to slow down on reforms. 15 gigawatts is possible.
New York City Assembly member and mayoral candidate Zoran Mamdani warned New York Governor Hochul is legally bound to fulfill New York's climate goals as laid out in the Build Public Renewables Act.
If you want to know how we can defeat the Donald Trump far-right movement, it's by showing that we actually have a workable alternative. Because if working-class people can't breathe the air, if they can't afford to live in the city they call home because they can't find a union job, and if they look around at their favorite parts being on fire, why would they trust us?
In Kansas City, Missouri, community members are calling for accountability after a 34-year-old mother, Maria Pike, and her 2-month-old daughter, Destiny Hope, were killed in an altercation with police where officers acknowledged they fired at least one shot. Their family members are demanding the release of body camera footage. And Palestinian-American poet Lena Khalaf Tufaha called on writers to use the power of words on their platforms to demand an end to genocide in Gaza as she accepted the National Book Award Wednesday for her poetry collection about Palestine called Something About Living.
I want us to feel and be uncomfortable and be disoriented and be angry and get up and demand that any administration, no matter what letter it has at the end of its name, D, R, whatever, that any administration that we pay for should stop funding and arming a genocide in Gaza.
And those are some of the headlines. This is Democracy Now!, democracynow.org. I'm Amy Goodman.
Hey, so the other day I saw this video by this famous heart surgeon saying how incredible olive oil is for you. So I just turned 40 and I made a promise to my wife to be healthier. So I said, a spoonful of olive oil a day, this I can do. It's been a month since I started and I literally feel no...
Welcome to Democracy Now!, democracynow.org. War, Peace, and the Presidency. We're breaking with convention. I'm Amy Goodman. President Biden took to the stage on the first night of the Democratic National Convention Monday, where he passed the torch to Vice President Kamala Harris.
Selecting Kamala was the very first decision I made when I became our nominee. And it was the best decision I made my whole career.
A few minutes into Biden's remarks, protesters dropped a sign that read, "Stop arming Israel." The sign was quickly wrestled away from protesters. We'll speak to 3 delegates involved in last night's actions in hour 2 of our live DNC broadcast. The DNC.
Hello, Namaskar. This is First Post and you're watching Vantage with me, Palki Sharma. India is playing host to the German Chancellor as Berlin looks to reduce its dependence on China. It's turning to India. We'll take a closer look at this relationship and analyze the big picture. From the G7 to the Quad and the Quad to the BRICS and the SCO, from visiting Russia on Tuesday to hosting the German leader on Friday, how Prime Minister Modi is in a unique position geopolitically and how India can capitalize on that. In Bangladesh, there's talk of banning Sheikh Hasina's party, the Awami League. We'll tell you why. On the India-China border, troops are being pulled back from the last flashpoints after the disengagement deal was announced. In the UK, the old question of reparations, former colonies corner King Charles on paying back for slavery. In the US, it's the battle of stars in the run-up to the presidential election. In India, the festive season has not been able to revive demand as expected. Some business leaders say the middle class is shrinking. We'll examine the data. Is Russia helping the Houthis in Yemen as they target global shipping? In France, a rare case has shaken the country and exposed the society. And what is India's 1,000 crore rupee fund for space startups? All this and more coming up. The headlines first. Ukraine claims Russia will deploy North Korean troops in combat as early as Sunday. North Korea says any troop deployment to Russia will be in line with international law. This comes as Moscow moves to ratify its defense treaty with Pyongyang. The pact provides for mutual assistance if either party faces aggression. South Korea expresses concern over this, what they call illegal cooperation. The Kremlin denies reports of secret talks between Vladimir Putin and Elon Musk. A Wall Street Journal report claims the two have been in regular contact since 2022. It also alleges that Putin asked Musk to not activate his Starlink service over Taiwan as a favor to Chinese President Xi Jinping. Protests in Mozambique turned violent after the ruling party's re-election. Hundreds of opposition supporters take to the streets in the capital. They claim that the election has been rigged. The protesters clashed with the police and blocked the roads. The Frelimo party has been in power in Mozambique for almost half a century. Bulgaria to hold its 7th election in less than 4 years on Sunday. It has been plagued by unrest since 2021. The last election was held in June, but no party could form a stable government. Bulgaria is the poorest nation in the European Union. And Pakistan's second largest city, Lahore, battles hazardous smog levels. School children banned from outdoor activities till January. Just days ago, Lahore was declared the most polluted city in the world. According to UNICEF, nearly 600 million children in South Asia are exposed to high levels of air pollution.
Today, we are meeting in the world's biggest democracy, the fastest growing major economy in the world.
Olaf Scholz is visiting India. That's the German Chancellor. He landed in New Delhi last night, and the timing is significant. For the last couple of weeks, Canada has dominated headlines with Justin Trudeau defending Khalistani terrorists, making baseless charges against India, and trying to rally the West. Trudeau was hoping to isolate India with the help of his Western friends. But look how it's playing out. The German leader's visit underscores how misplaced those efforts were. Olaf Scholz has joined a growing list of world leaders who are eager to be.
This turbo hybrid makes your whole team feel.
And some people believe this is where we're headed.
Like the first winter storm of the season slapping the Northeast while an atmospheric river hammers the West Coast. Millions feeling the impact as snow blankets the Northeast, some parts seeing up to 20 inches. The dangerous road conditions, at least one killed. In Cleveland, the NFL showdown in the snow. In the West, relentless rain and life-threatening flash flooding. 150 people stranded inside a medical center. All coming as Thanksgiving travel gets off to an early start. And just breaking tonight, Donald Trump's pick for Treasury Secretary. Expected to be longtime hedge fund manager Scott Bessent.
Everybody get your roll on. Everybody get your roll on. Yeah. How y'all doing? Push that like button. Don't nobody like me right now. I don't see none of my regular people in here. Smurf, Snag, what's up? Yeah, I'm doing good. Dominico, Emroy. My tail be sitting straight. All be straight. I look at them, I want them to be lined up. When I ain't using them, I want them to line up. How y'all doing? Push that like button. What's up, Tommy Ford? Tommy, South Central in the house. What's up? What up, though? What up? Tonight we making carne asada tacos. Y'all want to see what these tacos look like? They cooking. They is marinating. These tacos is coming out already. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this right here. Oh my God, they cooking. They cooking right now. Oh my God, how y'all doing? Push that like button. I ain't doing nothing but cooking some tacos. We finna. Boys done got so boring right now. It ain't nothing else on TV. Ain't nothing else for us to do. Nothing else to talk about. Donald Trump, you know, it ain't gonna be nothing to really talk about till he get inaugurated. You get ready to be inaugurated. You know what I'm talking about? Push that like button. Show me some love. Hey, how you been? What's up, JD? How you doing? What's up, Tommy? How y'all doing tonight? This aroma? Man, this aroma. I smell it already. so many onions in this thing. Oh, this thing right here gonna taste so good. How y'all doing? Push that like button. All right, I'm gonna come back in a few minutes. I gotta use the bathroom, and ain't no need for me being on here if I got a boo-boo and y'all on here and ain't that many people on here. I'm gonna talk to y'all in a minute. I'm gonna come back before I finish the tacos.